what's the difference between us and them is you need to have a special license to be an electrician, right? You need it. So we don't have that.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you,
we
Paul, with I got my IICRC certification through water restoration. So I did ASD, WRT, and AMRT. And the only in that industry too, I mean, it's not an industry that certification is something that's required. However, the insurance companies, the insurance providers are requiring it. So they're driving the demand for those certifications. So, like what Kevin said, the manufacturers should have some skin in the game here because they can help drive that cert. Now, I'm not saying they're all going to do that. And I'm not saying that we could even support the demand right now where we're at today. But I think if some start implementing or maybe changing some of the verbiage to not required but recommended, recommended is a strong word, right? And that's gonna really help drive more demand to certified installers.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
we got
to
a lot
address
more.
your licensing thing earlier, licenses are typically are from a government or a regulation standpoint. We did a long podcast on this actually, or part of it was on this. But I mean, the bottom line is those licenses are required for protection, risk management, and protection, and so it's really the resulting damage from your activity. So you wire a house wrong, that house burns down. You plumb a house incorrectly, and the resulting damage is not just the pipe that broke or the seal that was not made, but everything around it is ruined from the water.
Right.
If we miscut and install a bad floor in a kitchen, the only thing affected is that bad floor. So there's no resulting damage, and thus it's my belief that we will never see the light of day of a true regulatory license, because that's really what they're driven for and why they're in place. I also use they're like in the UK, our friends over there in the UK that we shoot podcasts with every once in a while. Uh, they have a license that's required for these certain gas fitters. Well, if you don't fit that gas line correctly, you got an explosion, and they feel the same way. There'll never be a license in flooring in the UK. One of the more, and they're more heavily regulated in construction stuff, but they don't think there'll ever be a license in the UK required because the resulting damage aspect just is not there for us.
But do we need one? I mean, think about it. Like,
That's just what drives it.
so
It's like what
there's
drives it. You don't
yeah,
need a license to drive a farm vehicle out on your farm, but you damn sure do to get out on the city streets because of
right.
the resulting damage of you. It's not because the skill itself is so hard to drive. It's the resulting damage of going out on the city street and killing somebody versus just tipping your truck over in a ditch on your farm. So do we need one, or need the resulting damage to get a license? I mean, you just have there's a lot of ears to bend and uh, pressure to uh, uh, from regulating bodies for that to happen. That I don't see that being important enough to them. No one's going to die from it. Why are they going to spend their time forcing this industry or this larger governmental license?